WNYWatercooler.com.
January 3rd, 1993. Facing a 35-3 deficit against the Houston Oilers. With backup quarterback Frank Reich at the controls, the Buffalo Bills engineered the greatest comeback in NFL history.
And the Buffalo Bills have engineered an unbelievable wild card, come from behind, record-setting wild card playoff victory here at Rich Stadium.
A wild card playoff victory.
Yes! What are you doing, bro? Let's go, Bill! Throw it! Throw it! Yeah! God damn right! Yeah! What are you doing, bro? You guys know this guy? Yeah! You know this guy? Yeah! He's off the hook, bro! Let's go!
Welcome back, WNYWatercooler.com podcast. Steve, the genius host, and we got Coast on the line.
What's up, Steve?
Division champs, I guess.
You guys. What do you got? You don't seem too impressed.
Well, it's just the whole season. It's just there's a damper. There's just something hanging over the season. But I mean, Allen, the guy is just playing amazing. It's basically all. I mean, it's awesome. We won the division. I mean, we beat Cam Newton, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Sam Darnold, the ghost. But I mean, this has been a great season. It's like almost unimaginable.
Yeah, it's been amazing. The division is, it's basically how it's been the past 20 years. Except we traded places between. I mean, normally it's like we would be with the Patriots are, or the Dolphins are, at our best year. But
what are the Dolphins 2 games back right now?
The Dolphins are 9-5, which is a better record than we've had in any season since this millennium, except for last season. So,
well, yeah, last year we were 2 back of the Patriots and we were playing them on that Saturday night game, but I don't think we had the tiebreaker because of like common opponents, so we still would have been 2 games back, if I'm remembering that correctly.
I think we would have had. I think if we beat them and they lost to Miami and we won out, I think we would have won the division. But I remember being like very, I was pretty mad they lost to Miami, but I don't know if it would have been the same sort of, the game for Miami could have changed week 17 for them if they knew they had to have it.
Well, maybe, but they missed out on a bye with that loss.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we had a shot at it last year. First, I think if we beat New England, I think we had a shot at it.
And last year was the closest anyone's been to the Patriots since 2008. Maybe the Jets in 2010 or 11. Is that when they went to the AFC Championship games? But
yeah, but they were never better than 10-6, maybe. I almost want to say they were 9-7 one of those seasons.
Yeah, I think
so.
They were.
It's not like they were,
very
competitive.
Yeah, I just wanted to be at the games, and I wanted to be Tom. It would have been just so much better to see Tommy just pouting on the bench. I mean, he's winning in Tampa. That's just annoying too. I don't know.
Think about the possibility that is in front of us to beat Tom in Tampa in February. I mean, would it get any better than that?
Yeah, well, all I think about is losing to Tom in Tampa in February. I don't see that team making the Super Bowl, but I don't see us really making the Super Bowl either. This Patriots game coming up, I'd like to beat the shit out of them and just watch Billy Boy just like grumble on the sidelines with his stupid fucking cut-off fucking sweatshirt, looking like an asshole.
I've never wanted to run up a score on a team more in my entire life as a fan. I want to beat them like I would love to beat them by 40 points, you know? Like,
Yeah.
think back to that Sunday night game in 07, and just how many times they absolutely murdered us. It would just be so nice to flip the script on them and throttle them. I just don't know.
But I'm in a broken record, but to see fans there and see the fans like leaving in the third quarter, or seeing like an empty stadium and like there's actually a lot of Bills fans. Cause
Yeah, that would be
Dorothy,
sweet.
are you okay?
I'm okay. It's I got a little breeze in my face right now. Yeah, it would be sweet. It would be sweet to have the fans leaving, pouting mid-third for sure. But I don't know, man.
This would be like the week. I mean, yeah, it'll still be fun if we beat him and we watch Billy Boy, that fat fuck, just pouting. But I think there would be a lot of Bills fans coming out of the woodwork. I mean, Boston is just a huge city. There's got to be. All right, can you find like a bush or something to hide behind? Jesus.
Sorry. Better. I was gonna say something and now I lost it. Oh, New England doesn't have much incentive either to win. Like, what incentive do they have to win? At this point, they shouldn't be. At this point, New England should be trying to lose.
They should be. I mean, Belichick. Yeah, if he's smart, they would try to lose, but maybe they want to be 500. I mean, that's a kind of a hollow thing, but.
Maybe, I guess. I mean, at this point for them, I don't know. I mean, they're banged up. They're obviously Gilmore's out. Newton can't throw at all.
Yeah.
Their offense is pathetic. So I'm not expecting.
Yeah, I mean, what do they blame that on? They blame.
It's like the Bills fan in me is saying they're just destroying them, but like realistically, it's a game that we should like absolutely win by halftime.
Yeah, I mean, where's all the Josh McDaniels love now? I mean, what are they gonna blame it on? Cam Newton getting COVID-19 from the novel coronavirus, or like was he lighting it up in the first couple weeks before that? He got this.
Everyone got excited because he
looked
had a
all
great
right
game against Seattle. But as it turned out, the first half of the season, Seattle's passing defense was allowing like 400 yards a game.
It was historically awful.
So basically, their average game. So I remember early in the season, people were definitely excited, and it was that game that was like the reason why. But I mean, he stinks. I never was the biggest fan as a passer, but he at least like had a strong arm and was able to throw to supplement his running. But absent that ability to throw, I don't know. Stidham must be atrocious.
Yeah, he must be. Because I watch, for some reason the Patriots games are always on. So I'm watching Cam Newton, like, try to throw the ball, and it looks like every throw pains him, and he puts everything into every pass. He looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick, but, like, with half an arm.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Like, Fitz has to throw so hard. Try so hard to throw like 10-yard passes, but Fitz has his moments where he's pretty good. He and Roethlisberger probably need to just like hang him up.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Roethlisberger. Yeah, he looks bad too. I mean, he needs to like go grope a waitress or something. But so Cam Newton, I'm looking at his game logs here. First week he was 15-19. 155 yards, no passing TDs. Then week 2, you're right, against Seattle, he threw for 397. They lost. Yeah. He had a 1 passing touchdown, 1 interception. I mean, I'm not looking at rushing stats because I don't give a shit. He's a quarterback. But so then after that, 162, 1 touchdown, 157, no touchdowns, 98 yards, no touchdown, 174, no touchdowns. I mean,
didn't they win like back-to-back games where he threw for under 100 yards?
Yeah, so he after week 3 is when he must have gotten this Hoax disease. But I mean, even week 3 against the Rams, he had 162 yards passing against the Rams, and at that point, the Rams' defense, their secondary, we tore him up. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Their offense is like they don't have weapons at wide receiver. They don't have like.
I mean, that's true too. Yeah, but they've always done that. That's why. everyone says, "Oh, the Patriots are amazing." I mean, yeah, they were, but in reality, they should have won. I always thought they should have won 10 Super Bowls. I mean, the way that they never did anything to make the offense like dynamic, other than obviously Moss. But
Well,
they played against the Bills, Jets, and Dolphins for 20 fucking years.
exactly.
They had to win one game against some team, and then get to the AFC Championship game every single year, literally.
Well, they basically had like you said, they basically had a free pass to a whole playoff game for 20 years. So, and a lot of those times, a lot of those seasons, the Bills, Dolphins, and Jets were terrible. So they had a first round bye in how many of those seasons? So
almost every single one. At least 15, I'd guess.
You have 6 games that are basically pushovers, and then that gets you like 6 wins, and then you have a first round bye, a home game, and then they've put it this way: the fact that the Bills, Dolphins, and Jets were so bad is a major contributor to their run that they had. Because if they were in one of these other divisions where there was actually like a good other team or a rivalry, like Pittsburgh always had like Baltimore, something like that, it would have been way different for them. But they basically cruised through the regular season every year without any sort of resistance.
Yeah, they have 5 or 6 wins without even waking up in the morning. How many touchdown passes do you think Cam Newton has this year? He's missed 2 games.
Okay, so he's missed 2 games, so he's how many games have he played? 14, 12? I would say 7.
He's played 13. 5 touchdown passes.
5 touchdown passes. I mean, how many? He's got like 10 rushing TDs, I think, but still. Meanwhile, Allen has 38 touchdowns combined. So, I don't know.
He's got 11 rushing touchdowns.
It's just, everything about it is great. Before the season, you hear, the Patriots, they did it again. They signed you even after the first week.
Yeah, the first few weeks.
They're so smart.
Yeah, Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons said, I would sign him right now to a huge contract. I wish. I was like, what are you talking about when he said that? And I was just hoping they would, but unfortunately they didn't. But
there's 31 teams didn't want this guy for months. But Belichick, he's always so much smarter than everyone else,
They're not getting enough. They're not getting enough shit for the season they're having.
Dude, how about that Mohamed Sanu trade last year?
Yeah.
Like, they gave a second-round pickup for that guy. Who's not even in the league? Is he in the league anymore? Maybe he got re-signed.
No, he signed for someone and then he got cut. I think Atlanta.
To give up a second-round pick for like a rental for a receiver that is like not even good enough to be in the NFL. I mean, and it just doesn't matter because it's the Patriots and they can do whatever they want.
Well, they're finally catching shit for. They were just on primetime recently, a week or 2 ago, and they showed that graphic of the receivers they've drafted, like in the last 10 years. 2 of them are in the NFL still. Like you hit on receivers late in the draft. Almost every team does except them. It's hilarious.
I think Gabe Davis might be better than any receiver they've drafted in the past 10 years. Honestly.
I think Zay Hodgins might be.
Zay might be. Yeah, their drafting has been abysmal. And if you think about it, I mean, obviously, let's be real about Tom Brady. I mean, that was just luck, blind luck. You're not drafting a quarterback. I mean, you passed on him for 5 rounds, 6 rounds, then you draft him, and he ends up being the greatest of all time. You can't take credit for that. I mean, that's just like backing into it.
Well, it's like
that Belichick's a good coach or anything like that, but I mean, the Brady thing is just pure. I mean, that was just lucky that they got him.
It was pure luck, but also, I mean, like if Josh Allen was on the Jets, or if if a quarterback is on a different franchise, I mean, he was basically like Patrick Mahomes. I ripped on him last week, and he's great. He's crazy dynamic, whatever. But I mean, he has the best tight end in the league by far. He has a top 5 receiver who just is always open, and a great coach. I mean, it's similar to Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot has to do with the situation that you go into. for sure, whether you're going to pan out or not. But, you know, panning out is one thing. Turning into Tom Brady, like that wasn't, you know.
Well,
I don't care
yeah.
what kind of situation you're going into. If you're going to be, you know,
But they
as
won.
good as he was.
They won 10, 11 games with Matt Castle. I mean, again, that's our
Exactly.
division. So, I mean, I hate Brady, and I think he's overrated, like grossly overrated. But they won all the time. But again, they're playing against Ryan Fitzpatrick. Played for all three fucking teams in the AFC East.
Serious question, how much do you still hate Brady?
Not as much. I mean, I see him in those stupid, ugly jerseys, and I just kind of laugh. I mean, I'm mostly gambling on them, so I'm never like that mad. But I mean,
Yeah.
I look at him and I hate him. But him playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is like just hilarious to me. I don't know.
I think I honestly have just become numb to him. Like, you go so long with like despising a guy that it's just like I don't know.
I hated him. I hated him last year. And when I saw he tweeted that he's making fun of Tony Dungy's.
I thought that was funny.
Well, yeah, I thought that was funny too. But then I'm like, wait, I fucking hate this guy. I mean, the joke actually didn't even make much sense because Dungy wasn't the coach in 2014. But
yeah, I didn't really get that either. But anyways, I just
he pays some 14-year-old intern to run his Twitter. But I mean, it's still funny, I guess.
My hatred for Brady now that he's like off Tampa, and I think it's just so many years. I'll probably get ripped on for saying this, but it's just you get beat down. It was like so many years of just like hating this guy. It's like eventually it's like
No,
I just don't.
No, I never got there. If he played for the Patriots right now, I'd drive to his house and shit in his mailbox to be furious. But I mean, yeah. He's out of the division. He's out of the conference. I mean, he's basically meaningless to me. But
yeah, exactly.
will we play Tampa next year? Or no? Yeah, we do.
Tampa, let's see. We played the Saints in 13, 17. Yeah, we play the South next year. Saints, Tampa.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah, because we played Atlanta in 2017.
I wish they came here. I wish they came here though. I think we go there.
Yeah, I can't remember the Tampa game 4 years ago. We played at Atlanta. We played the Saints at home. We lost by 1 million. So we definitely go to New Orleans.
Well, I'll look it up. But I mean, what was with the Broncos? The Broncos were Carolina.
At home. Yeah, so we played Tampa at home. We're playing at Tampa next year.
That Denver game was just. I mean, we were down. No, we were winning, but it was what 17-10 or.
No, it was 14-0, and then we like forced a 3-and-out. They punted. Roberts muffed it, and then they scored to make it 14-7. But then we answered right away and went down and made it 21-7.
Yeah, Falcons-Panthers come here. But, well, no, I'm saying the line at halftime was 2.5.
Oh, the line.
Yeah, I'm like, I was watching a couple of guys who were like, well, this line makes no sense, so we put 200 on it. It was like printing money. Because the only reason they scored is because they're a dickhead punt returner who everyone fucking loves, who's somehow a Pro Bowler because he returns everything. He has 2 fumbles this year. How many kick returners have 2 fumbles this year? I don't care what. How many touchdowns does he have?
0. He had a nice return to start the second half, though.
Yeah, he does. But so let's throw 1 pass, and we're past the 35. The guy, 2 fumbles is too many.
I can't even remember. Was it 14-7 at halftime?
Yeah, it was a 1-score game. I think it was. We were only up 7. Because
they scored late. That was pretty late. Locked through that TD pass. Or maybe it was 21-14 at halftime. I don't remember. But they it was close at half. 2.5, damn. But that game was a massacre.
Yeah.
It was just like, in the fact that, I mean, we scored, I guess that like late touchdown run was lucky, whatever. It just seemed like we could have scored 60. I mean, we had those 2 drives in a row where we got stuffed on fourth down when it was like obvious that he got the required yard.
Yeah, that was weird.
But they just didn't have the angle. And then the next drive, we scored 2 TDs called back. And so we had those 2 drives where we got 3 points. We should have had 14. We scored 48. It could have been worse.
That Hughes touchdown was crazy.
And and then Roberts doesn't muff it. I mean, the game could have been 59-10 or something. Like, it was that much of a rout. Yardage was, I think we had like 524 yards of offense. They had like 200, I forget exactly, 200 something.
Watching that game, I'm thinking, how is Vic Fangio going to be the head coach next year?
Not. Dude, we had a drive in the fourth quarter where we were like handing it off to Moss, and he was just like, no one was touching him, and he was just running for like 20 yards. Like,
well, I mean, we've been there. We've been there many times, but
are they done trying, or like what is happening? But they probably could have partially given up in the fourth quarter when it was over. But I mean, yeah, it was a complete.
That Singletary touchdown was kind of grimy yet. But
I loved it, man. Run up the score. I want us to do that shit. Pat, get our point differential up.
Well, that was only the 6th time in the history of our franchise we played at Denver. How is that even possible? That's like the biggest anomaly of all time.
Have they been around for the whole?
I mean, that's what old Chappie Poo, Drunky Chaps on the radio said that today. That was only like the 6th time we've ever played in Denver.
So, and we would have played them in Denver, 2020, 2012. I guess that's only 3 times this millennium we would have played in Denver.
But it's just it's because it matches up with like where they are in the division. Like we play at Tennessee like twice a year somehow, and it's just like a weird thing.
We always finish like in the same. Yeah, we play Tennessee all the time. But yeah, that's crazy. So we've never finished like in the same position in the division as Denver in the past 20 years.
Seemingly. I guess not.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I can't remember. I mean, we played that. Well, actually, we must have had to. Well, no, at Denver, I guess. We played them at home a few times. That Kevin Everett game.
I was at the game in '97. After the game, I thought my parents were going to get divorced. But yeah, where we lost in overtime.
I remember that game. Elway hit McCaffrey at a deep ball in the last, in overtime, I think, to set up the winning field goal.
Yeah, my parents thought they lost me, but I was just like, I was in
I do remember that game.
That was my first home game I remember being at, but I don't know if I was at a game before that. But I wasn't like you, blessed to be at all fucking playoff games. But who do we want to face in the playoffs? I mean, right now I don't want to talk about it because there's so many scenarios, but we have to talk about it. So we have to break it down pretty much thoroughly here. And we better sound better than Tasker and fucking John, Brownie, whatever that guy's name is on the radio today. They like don't know what they're talking about. They just like wait for callers to call in and tell them what to do. Like they're paid to be on the radio all day for 3 hours a day. I mean, I don't listen to that shit, but because the UB women's basketball game preempted Levitard on Tuesday, so I had to listen to something, and I couldn't get Coward on the radio at my office, so it's like I had to listen to these clowns. It was like I was pissed.
Yeah, Chris Brown's not very good. I mean, you had that. Did you?
I would take Rihanna's old girlfriend talking about the Bills, Chris Brown, over this Chris Brown. That bald asshole. He really is going to allow himself to be suspended because he like talked about a fucking formation in practice. Like,
yeah, these guys are way too. The Bills like employees are. There's like. I feel like the WGR guys are just out of hand, far to one side, and then like the Bills employees are just like have to be too politically correct, the opposite direction. It's just both of them are just brutal to listen to. But
they're all. I don't know. I hate that people call WGR. Thanks for working. Like, how about you come to my house and tell me thanks for working? Like they were just talking about the Bills on the radio.
And they don't even have to leave their house. Like they did that show on Sunday, I think it was. Jeremy hosted it with Bulldog, and then I think Sal did the second hour.
Yeah, and everyone's like, thanks for working. Like, what, you went upstairs?
They literally did. Exactly. They're doing what we're doing right now, except they have like a better equipment.
Yeah, they actually have equipment and they get paid.
Yeah, so I'm with you. All right, so the playoff scenario for me, the most ideal situation is we clinch the 2 seed this weekend, which would require Indianapolis beating Pittsburgh and Cleveland beating the Jets, which, or wait, no, I might have said that wrong. Yeah, Cleveland has to win, Indy has to beat Pitt, and we beat New England. Then we are the 2 seed locked up unless Cleveland and Pittsburgh tie Week 17. So I guess we must win a 3-way tiebreaker with
Tennessee
and the AFC North winner.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't realize. Yeah, Tennessee is there. The AFC is fucked. They're going to be an 11-win team that doesn't get in with 7 playoff
Dude,
spots.
That's why maybe we'll talk about this later or at some point is what will make the season a success or not. But our first round playoff game, unless we play Miami, is going to be a tough game. Like, this AFC is so deep, and we'll get into that later. So we can clinch the 2 seed if that happens, and then then Miami plays. So this would be ideal if we clinch the 2 seed this week. Miami beats Vegas. We throw the game to Miami. We play Miami in the playoff game if Indy beats Jacksonville in their last game. I'm pretty sure.
So what? Indy would be out. Who would be out of Baltimore, Cleveland, and?
So I think that.
Oh, Cleveland's in. Cleveland clinched, right?
So I think if Cleveland and Pitt Baltimore would be out still.
Yeah.
Like all the playoff teams would be the same, but I think Indy. So this would make Indy 12-4.
Yeah, the AFC North, South is. I don't watch those teams. They're just the Colts to me are just. I'd love to see Bill Riviera outside the cold in
I'd
January.
welcome playing the Colts. They'd be the team I'd want to play besides Miami. I think Miami is like easily the worst team out of these playoff teams.
Yeah, and we have to consider the cold and potential wind and stuff. But so I guess the Colts, they might, if we can't pass the ball, we could be screwed against the Colts. But we have this guy that's supposed to be some MVP candidate. He should be able to throw in any weather. Unless it really is like a blizzard.
Yeah, I mean, it's the issue is if the wind, if it's like 30 plus mile an hour winds, like if it's 10 to 15, normal wind, like there's a difference between breezy and just like impossible. And
yeah, the forecast right now is not bad for that Saturday and Sunday. I mean, that's 14 days out. 18
yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I think that would be the ideal thing. We win this weekend. Indy beats Pitt. Cleveland beats the Jets. We clinch the 2 seed. Miami beats Vegas, and we throw the game to Miami. Indy beats Jacksonville, and then we're playing Miami in the 2-7. And Baltimore's out. Baltimore is the team that, I mean, everyone's talking about how the Bills and like Chiefs are like the 2 best teams in the conference right now. I think Baltimore is number 3. As far as the 3rd most dangerous team.
Baltimore, to me, their defense is good, but I'm not scared of Lamar, and their receivers are shit. So,
I'm not scared of Lamar if we get a lead on them early, but they still lead the NFL in rushing by far, like 170 plus yards per game, and they're a team and they play good defense. They play good special teams. Say we go about special teams. They have the best kicker in the NFL.
Yeah, that's big too. The kicker and their coach knows he knows what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, what we look at is what do we think the line would be, the spread against these teams? Like against Baltimore, I think you said it might be a pick 'em.
It might be a pick. And the thing about Baltimore is too they play the Giants and Cincinnati, so it's possible they come into the playoffs with that 47-42 win over Cleveland. Then they beat whoever the hell Jacksonville, maybe whoever they played last week.
Yeah, they crushed
like
Jacksonville
40 to something. Then they'll probably beat the Giants and Bengals like by 25, 30 points. So they're going to come into the playoffs hot and with a ton of confidence, and they're like under the radar now. And I think it would be like a pick-em, a very low spread if we played them. I think if we played Miami, it'd be like 7 plus.
Yeah, with Miami, I think it'd be probably 6.5, 7. Cleveland, it'd probably be like 3 or 4. I would say probably.
Cleveland, I think it'd be like 4. Indy might be like 4.
Tennessee could be maybe like -2.
Tennessee is, they're good. I mean, they lead the NFL in points scored. So they're definitely like dangerous. So I don't know why. I would rank them from teams I want to play to least want to play. It'd be Miami 1, Indy 2. Indy Cleveland's like a tie. And then probably Tennessee, Baltimore. Like there's Miami easily, then Cleveland Indies like the second tier, then Tennessee Baltimore's the third tier.
Yeah, I have Tennessee. Yeah, I think that's pretty close to me too. I definitely I want to play. I want to face Tua in the cold. I want to face Bill Revere in the cold. I want to face the Browns, and I want to face the Colts. Yeah, I mean, and Tennessee. I'm not too scared of them. They did whoop us, but both of our linebackers out, or one of our linebackers out, and the other one got hurt. Our dickhead punt returner fucked us twice, and we had two receivers out then. If that asshole was trying to catch passes. But in Baltimore,
Roberts had a drop on the first drive that bounced off and it was picked.
Yeah, it was an easy catch.
Kickoff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm never gonna forget that. This guy.
Tennessee, that game they had like 3 or 4 TD drives of less than like 30 yards or 40 yards. Like the game was very.
I think
fluky.
we mentioned that every time, but yeah, I mean, it was a fluke, and it was what was it? A fucking Tuesday? It was like, and bars were open back then. I don't even remember those times. Jesus
it's
Christ.
interesting, though, because I think Tennessee and Indy... So Tennessee plays at Green Bay. Indy plays at Pitt. So those games are... I think they have the same record right now. So that could flip, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the AFC and South is... I don't know what's going on with that, but...
Yeah, we'll learn a lot in this Green Bay game, how good Tennessee is, or how, Green Bay is the best team in the NFC, although Green Bay... I don't know.
I'm not looking at the NFC. It's if this was a 2 buys, if the second seed got a bye.
Yeah, it's the first year we don't get a bye for the 2 seed.
Yeah, that sucks, especially with the way the AFC is now. Like with
the
these.
AFC's stacked. It's stacked.
But the other thing with the AFC North, their win totals are inflated. They had the easiest schedule, all 4 of them. Their cross division and their cross conference was just they had all easy schedules.
So they played the NFC East and they played the AFC South.
Yeah.
So that means they got Jacksonville. Well, Tennessee and Indy's tough.
But Houston and Jacksonville have combined 4 wins?
Yeah.
I mean
those are 6 games that are just like.
Almost, they probably. I bet you Cleveland, Baltimore, Pittsburgh in those 6 games. I'd almost guarantee they're 5-1, all of them in those 6 against those 6 teams. I mean,
I'm trying to think. So Pitt lost to Washington, and Baltimore lost to Pitt twice. I'm trying to think. Yeah, they're. You're probably right. They definitely don't have more than 1 loss in those games.
I'd be surprised if they did. I mean, of course I'm right, but I'm always right. But so the last 6,700 fans. I mean, they could pull this number out of their ass, and they're making all this shit up about having rapid tests that don't even exist for 7,000 people. But I don't know.
How are you going to test people at the stadium? I don't even know how that's going to work. It's not like it's immediate. Like you go through the gate, they take your temperature.
So what you'd have to do, you'd have to have a time to get there. Say you'd have to get there at 10 and stand around like a dickhead all day. You go into a tent, get tested, and then you have to go somewhere else to wait for the test, and then you could go in and sit around and they said that you had to. I don't know if they're going to sell beer even I don't know. Even pulling cars. I mean, the guy is. I hate him, but he's saying. I mean, the guy's a clown. I used to like the guy. He's pissed me off the last 8 months. He thinks he's some celebrity.
Everyone involved with COVID has pissed you off. It's just
pretty much. But he was saying no, this is impossible. It's not possible we could do it. From what I.
Well, he basically was like, this testing is unrealistic, and we need to know tomorrow if you're going to do this because. The game's in 14 days, 16 days.
It's 2.5 weeks. But, I mean, the whole thing is just stupid, too. I mean, I don't know. I've had season tickets till 5.
The testing thing, I feel like, is unrealistic. If you want to do temperature checks at the gate, go for it. But,
I mean, even that is stupid.
But it doesn't take any time. And at least it's something. If someone comes through and their temperature's 102, you're like, all right, you're not going in.
Yeah, I mean, I get go to the casino, test you.
you can't do testing. Everyone just seems like it seems impossible to me. Are they doing that anywhere else?
No, not that I've ever heard of. That seems like insane. That's 6,700 people, and it's Bills fans. I mean, we're not gonna walk up there like in a fucking suit and a tie and wearing and holding a fucking briefcase. Like, if I'm going to that game, I'm gonna get an Uber and I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and be raging. Like,
just make I mean, if they want to not serve alcohol in the stadium, that's probably a smart move. And
of course, well, yeah. But then we look at like Cleveland, Cincinnati. Like Cincinnati had fans. Like, I don't know.
Well, Ohio doesn't. I mean, my sister lives in Cleveland, and their positive test rate, she said, was like 19%, like a week or so ago. And it's just a different world where what we are experiencing versus what people are experiencing.
Yeah, because
in other areas.
Yeah, because our newspaper just publishes this stuff like they were so pumped. Well, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not talking about it. But all right. So what's your prediction for this Patriots game? Well, we're gonna circle back to that crowd because I don't think it's gonna happen personally. I don't think they're gonna let 6,700
people. We have $20 on it. I need it to happen. I think it's gonna be. Oh, one thing I wanted to say to get on record. I already think the season's a success regardless of what happens the rest of the way.
That to me is a joke. I
know. I knew you wouldn't like that, but there's one caveat. Unless we lose to Miami in the playoff game, then I won't feel that way. But if we play a whole playoff
what did we do that was so impressive so far?
What?
What did we do that was so impressive so far? I mean, look at our wins. Our big wins. We beat the Rams, who just lost to the Jets, and we beat the Steelers, who they haven't won a game since November.
We got 11 wins, bro. And
well,
it's different. I mean, it's what?
Coronavirus, the novel coronavirus. My kid's crying.
All right, so we cut it off.
Well, yeah, my rant was useless anyways, but.
All right, I got us 45 to 13 against over New England.
I'll say 24-10.
All right, man. Talk to you next week.
All right.
Yo, is there any chance you can pause this? I'm pretty sure Mallory's about to throw up everywhere.
All right.
Hang on. I gotta get her out of the car and or can we call back and continue? I don't know how this work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta get her out of the car. She's about to puke, I think. Hang on. I'll call you back.